Hi, I am Sharon Smith, owner, baker, cook of SheaCreamery. Oh wow, SheaCreamery. It didn't get named until about a couple years ago, but I've been making this product, wow, for over 20 plus years. I want to say plus because the 2 years we lost with COVID, I just don't remember how long now. But at the end of the day, I started this because I had like a form of eczema on my skin. And when going back then, the dermatologist wasn't a big thing, you know. I was just going to my regular doctor, and the doctor would say, oh, use this cream, avoid the sun. And every time I would use these creams, of course we know they're not natural, they really didn't do anything. And so I just started playing around because I used to have just a regular raw Shea Butter at my house, and I would use it, but then, you know, it was so hard. The consistency of it was so hard. So one day I just started in my place by creating a whip. And then I got really funky with it. I was just adding different scents like lavender, and, you know, I was really into the essential oils and stuff like that. And it just evolved, right? To the point that when I got really, really comfortable with it for it just being for myself, and then not only that, what I saw it could do for my skin, I actually then started giving it away to my family for Christmas gifts. And I would just package it. I would get jars, and I would just, you know, I'd get the jars and I'd get these black labels that had highlights, and I used to say Shea by Shea. And wow, this is all like coming back to me, but Shea by Shea, and I would give it as Christmas gifts, you know? It's almost like doing Kwanzaa, but I was doing it for regular Christmas. I was making the product and giving it away. And granted, I was only doing 4 ounces, so I was giving it to family members. They would try it, and then they would go, oh man, this is good. When the jars ran out, they were like, oh, you gonna make some more? I was like, no. I was just, you know, at the time, I was like, it was a Christmas gift. I wasn't making them like a regular production of it. So I guess over time for me, it just started to evolve. But I think my biggest window was when I moved where I'm at right now, and it's a lot of creatives here. And again, when COVID hit, another opportunity, I had windows of time, and I just really, I think, you know, when it's something that's so divinely orchestrated and given to you, you have a responsibility to just execute. So for me, I went into making modes of it. And again, it was like a Shea by Shea thing. I started making my own labels using A-free labels. But then I started just giving it away here where I live, to the management people here, and just to people, just giving it away because I just felt like, oh, what's another way for somebody to try your product, right? And then there was one year they were having a, what we call our block party here. It's my first year. It was after COVID because I moved in here in 2019. And probably shortly, when after COVID was kind of dying down in 2021, they asked me to be a vendor. And I was like, sure, why not? I'll try it. I made 96 jars. 96 jars of, they started as 4 ounces, and then I also made 8 ounces. I had to learn to come up with really just defining what my scents were, because I was really all over the place with it. I'll tell you, I used to go into a park with a book and writing down what I thought would be my scents. And I had like 8. And then finally, the first one that came to me, because I was using mango as part of my product, was I like mango and the smell of vanilla. So Mango Mocha was my first one. And here we are with Mango Mocha. So soft and supple. I think think that's one of the things that one of my reviews, I think. And then there was the Cocoa Mocha, which is a coffee scent. Now, believe it or not, I am not a heavy coffee drinker, but I like the smell of coffee. And so Cocoa Mocha was, again, using a coffee and vanilla scents, but still using all my products inside are natural. So you got your shea butters, your cocoa butters, your mango butters, and I infuse with like coffee grinds and different things like that. So it just evolved and started coming out. So going back to the block party, I came up with the name SheaCreamery one day, just asking the divine to say, like, what should I name? Because I was going around Shea by Share, and that was actually a name that I bought, thinking that I was going to name it that. But one day, someone said to me, it was so creamy, and I was like, holy crap, that's it. It's SheaCreamery. And then SheaCreamery was born. This has been an absolute labor of love. When I got into doing the vending, like I said, I made 96 jars. I almost sold out of all of my product. Apparently, it was when I was giving away the product in the management office, they would always talk about it. So apparently the word was getting around. And so it was almost like a highlight of saying, oh, look out for SheaCreamery at this vending gig that we're going to be doing at this block party. You'll be able to see her. I literally almost sold out. And that blew my mind. I actually didn't think it was going to happen. When I came back and I realized, wow, I don't have any shea butter left. I got to start making it. But that was like 2021. And again, I wasn't on the internet. I did create SheaCreamery, but I really wasn't putting any energy to it. And then 2022 came, and I really started to get serious because people just kept on saying to me, we like your product, we like your product. You really should put it out there more. You really should put it out there more. And I decided to truly invest in myself, but invest in the business. And I met up with some great people a person who is doing amazing work with the marketing, but also the person I'm working with challenges me, pushes me to think about what do I want to create. And putting our two minds together has helped to evolve this even more. I started with just the basics, and now I'm moving to whips. I went into whips, and then my whips I sat down one day, I was like, I want to make a colored whip. Well, I want my colored whip to be natural. Well, I'm using hibiscus leaves, dried hibiscus leaves, to make my custom blend of hibiscus, which changes my shade almost pinky red. And then I started using a blue pea flower that also changes my shade to blue. So, I keep saying this, divinely orchestrated, because that is exactly how everything has been coming. And so next, we've even evolved even further, and it is through my connection with this person who has been helping me. And can I say Nicole?
You can.
And her name is Nicole. I'm so happy to say it. She is an amazing entrepreneur herself. She has been helping me. And one day we were talking, she said to me, well, you could do, we were talking about what can I move this into from the jars, and she was like, oh, you remember back in the days of cocoa butter sticks? I was like, oh my God. When she said that, I was like, wait a minute, I could possibly create my product in a stick, which would make it more versatile. You can travel with it. Not that I wouldn't want to pick up an 8 ounce, but we're limited in the weight we put in our luggage nowadays. So the next evolution of SheaCreamery now is we're moving into like what I would call a tube or stick. And it's a wind-up version where you can now rub, you can use it on your lips, you can use it on your hands, you can do whatever you want. And we're now also pushing out a new scent. So with that scent, we're going to open up the line into the other lines, the scent lines, into the tube, but we're also going to introduce a new scent. And in that new scent, we're going to also create more like 4 and 8 ounce sizes. So that's, again, another evolution. And when I think about this is almost under a year that I've really pushed things into where they are today. In fact, the launch of my website with Nicole's help, we only just launched in July 2022, now that I think about it. So it's not even a year yet that we started. And it, you know, we're a small, one person. I mean, it's my sister who helps me as well. She does my inventory. She does my labeling. You know, you have to bring a team together to make your vision, to bring it to fruition. You can't do anything by yourself. And I mean, I have so many people to thank, even my friends who started purchasing before I even really was putting things out. I mean, it's been a journey and an amazing journey, and I feel like I'm truly blessed that I've been given this gift to create. And I honestly, I wasn't even measuring. My mother would say, you need to do this part, you need to put this part. I wasn't even measuring, I was just putting it together, and the consistency of the product has been the same from day one. So I always call that divinely orchestrated gifts that God has given me to do this. So I'm truly excited to take this to the next level.